Hey guys, it's Zach, and today I'm going to go over Quake 4. This is a little older game, but I've got to go over some of the stuff anyways. So, what do I think about this game after playing this game? Well, I kind of just moved away from Quake after Quake 3, and the reason being I didn't like how they didn't have a story, really, and there were some problems with that game I just didn't like compared to Quake 2 and Quake itself. But this game particularly, they refocused and put story in this game. Now the graphics are kind of I guess they were okay at that time, but the thing I didn't like about this game, though, is with Quake they tried to go a little bit over the top of this game. In some parts it just failed, and that being the vehicle kind of stuff. It just, if you're not gonna make it exceptional, don't make it at all. It just seemed like crap at some places where you're playing in the single player in here, and the story seems to be okay, but just the way you see the vehicles and stuff, the graphics, it just kind of made it feel like crap. It made it feel like an older game. I didn't think that they needed to do anything about that. They could just go through the levels like Quake 2 did. This game, no. They had to have other stuff, of course, in there. But upon purchasing this game, what's really cool is they had a Quake 2 disc. Play that on your Xbox 360s. It's actually pretty nice. I can't play the modified stuff like Jailbreak and Capture the Flag. I don't even think it's in there, but at least you have deathmatch and probably team deathmatch. As far as multiplayer wise with Quake 4, I didn't really get into this game type. Let's go back towards the single player. What I did like about this game, I did notice a lot of, in the level design, there were sometimes things free floating, and that was kind of like, how did you miss that? Play it through my very first time, but I noticed that these things were free floating in air, and there's no way they should be free floating. But what I liked about this game in particular for Quake 4 was part of the story was pretty interesting. Being able to get captured and turned into one of the evil guys at the same time. I'm trying to remember what they're called. Gosh, it's not. You basically become like a cyborg. What is the evil army called? I almost had it, but I can't remember. Basically, because I don't play this game anymore enough to remember this stuff. There's no reason in my head, just throws it out the window. The Strog, thank you. Had to keep looking until I found it, but you basically become part of the Strog right before you get the chip implant, I guess, and that's where you still are kind of human and you get to fight alongside, but that's more towards the end. I think it would have been a little bit more exciting if that was at the beginning. Like, oh my gosh, this just quickly got captured. Things had changed throughout the game that made you a lot more powerful. Some of the map stuff was pretty okay. So a game like this, I would probably give it between a B and a C. It's just not up to par when I was playing it. Of course, it's a lot older now, but it just doesn't remind me of the old style Quake 2 that was a lot more fun. The cooperativeness in that game, it was really smooth. The graphics at the time were really good. It's just this kind of missed the dot. It's not a bad game, okay? The games that I'm reviewing it are not bad. It's just they don't hit the dot right on. Almost a lot of them don't, but the closer ones are the Call of Duty series. But this game particularly, other things that I like about this game, let's just get to that. The system link is pretty nice to have, mainly because if you have to have a LAN party, there you go. But for the PC version, same thing. That's pretty nice. The online multiplayer, again, I didn't really get into this multiplayer kind of thing because the way Quake 4 is, it's not constant reloading. It's your gun just has ammo, it's already ready to go. A lot of what Quake is about is basically getting weapons, camping weapons, making sure that the enemy can't get them. Such like the railgun, and if you're really good with a railgun, you basically keep them from getting rockets, rocket launchers, weapons that make their arsenal a lot easier to kill you. The better weapons is what I'm trying to say. So that's kind of what this is about. You'll notice a lot of players, when you play online, that's particularly what it is. It's that way for a lot of online games. If you spawn with a dummy weapon, let's just say, you can't really kill somebody that has a rocket launcher or a railgun that is experienced, that can come up and just easily take you out. So in this way, that's the kind of strategies that go in this, and it's pretty much what everybody does: camp the armor, the health, and they keep moving quickly. The more advanced players, I would say, shoot before they come out of corners, down long, narrow hallways. They hear you hit something. If they hear you going up like some kind of type of elevator thing that makes you hop up, they'll shoot there before you get there. I mean, it's really kind of more alien type for me. It's not like Call of Duty where you shoot them, they're dead instantly. No, sometimes if they have a lot of health and body armor, it takes a lot more hits, but it's not nearly the same as much fun as I had when Quake 2 came out. So that's why I kind of mean like they dropped the ball a little bit. But as far as the story goes, it's still worth playing. Just don't expect it to be like, oh wow, that's really cool, it blew me out of my seat. But at least it's worth playing. At least it's worth playing. And you get that Quake 2 in there. If you can get it off eBay, that would be something nice. I believe you can get this off eBay for a lot cheaper, brand new. I believe that's where I've gotten it. I couldn't remember. But as far as what Quake 5 should be about the next generation game here, kind of bring back the same stuff Quake 2 had. The things I didn't like when we switched from Quake 2 to Quake 3, I didn't like some of the weapons that kind of made it easier to kill. I don't like stuff that you just hold down the trigger and aim towards somebody. It needs to be more skillful, in my opinion. It just makes it not fun. Somebody picks up a lightning gun, just holds it down toward the screen. Such as a rocket launcher, that's way more skillful. A railgun's way more skillful. You know, a machine gun I don't mind so much about, but it can't have extreme rate of fire that's just insane. You know, just kind of like a lightning gun. Just the rate of fire is instant. So if it's kind of a weird sound. If a machine gun's like, instead of da 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 da, it's like, you know, giving all its bullets instantly. I really don't see that as fun, and especially if it was doing low damage. Not really fun either. Then nobody wants to use it. Stuff like a shotgun, that's freaking cool. But as far as the weapons, I don't like big BFG kind of stuff. It's cool for like the boss kind of stuff, but the multiplayer, not really. I don't like weapons that just make it so easy to kill somebody. It doesn't take any skill whatsoever. It kind of just dummy downs the multiplayer, in my opinion. It just doesn't make it fun, and that's kind of what left me away from Quake 3 a little bit. Was the graphics were nice, the story was kind of just weird out there, but people want to play something that takes a little bit more skill when they get to the multiplayer. They don't want it so easy that anybody can be good at it. That's kind of where I'm getting at. Quake 3, you can get good at it, not like right the first day you play it, but I mean you could advance much faster than you could with a game that makes it a little bit more difficult to become very good at it. So that's my take on Quake 4. I've always liked the Quake series, and for the best game that I've had more fun with, I would say Quake 2. If you've ever played the Jailbreak mod, you would know what I'm talking about, and that was a great thing that I think that they should have focused on and bought from the people that made it for the Quake series. Would have been great to have in the Quake games. Same as the Rocket Arena, but those aren't really in here like that. So we'll be done with that. Any questions, comments, anything, just put them up. I'm going to do a next game review. Just going to keep this kind of going. That'll be it for that.